And first up is Reese Patterson versus Jack Powell. This is going to be an interesting one. Ranjiro is leading and Powell is chasing. Nice and close proximity into the first inside zone. Kyle is applying the pressure on Reese. They're getting close.
Yeah, really putting the pressure on him coming up the hill
Reese
there.
is running a huge angle around the horseshoe there as well, Greg.
Yeah, he sure is putting down a really solid lead run.
But that was a great chase by Jack as well.
It sure was, coming up that hill and coming right at the top of it. Was really exciting. Really good chase driving there from Mr. Jack Powell. So we'll switch things up. Jack will now lead and Reese will give chase.
Yep.
Right, here they come. Entering in. Jack, really nice entry there, and we'll transition back up the hill.
But Reese is on his door.
Woo!
Jack
Oh no, Jack's gonna go
there.
off.
Oh no.
Now we've got Pontus and Mikado.
This will be interesting. Two fast cars though.
Yeah, definitely. Pontus will lead first. Adriel will give chase in his Chevette. Pontus finishing second last season in overall points.
Yeah.
In his S14 that I think you'll see in the open pack that's coming.
Absolutely. Pontus in the James Dean inspired RX-7, I think is no secret. Ooh.
Yeah,
Restart.
they're gonna call a restart there. One strike against Pontus.
Did you see that turn by both of them?
Yeah. And semi-agree, but we get a lot more reach here on Facebook, so I think we're just gonna continue with it. And here we go, Pontus out front, transitioning up the hill.
Mikado is staying on his door.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Mikado.
keeping the foot down.
That. Great lead run by Pontus so far.
Oh my goodness.
Mikado is not giving him any room. Giving a little gap now into the end, but that's okay.
Yeah, what
great
a
chase
transition
run.
coming out of that keyhole.
Yeah, absolutely. Great run by both of these drivers.
And we'll switch things up. Another good, exciting run. Out front now in the Chevette. Pontus giving chase in the SRX-7.
Let's see if Pontus can manage to stay as close as Angel did in his first run.
Swaying on the entry there.
Which the judges don't want to see in lead. They don't want to see a huge mention like that.
Is okay. It's the backwards entries that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I don't think I would deem that as backwards at all. And Pontus was able to keep it right there on him.
Oh, nice job by Pontus. Do you see that?
Yeah, another solid run.
Pontus gets the win, but that's barely. That was a really solid battle by both of these drivers, and Mikado is going to be one to watch further.
Yeah, that could be battle of the day.
Yep. All right, Kyle Woods next versus Isho in the E36. And he had to go and pit because Pontus hit him as he was doing some celebratory burnouts.
All right, they are off.
Isho staying on his door as they go into the first corner. Ooh, doctor. Got a bit Jerry Deanda inspired right there.
Yeah, so solid lead run out here in front for Kyle Wood.
Absolutely. Nice lead run by Kyle. But Isho is not leaving him any room. Do you think Chris is laughing at the stream now or laughing at something else?
I don't know.
I think it might be the stream. But okay. Isho and Kyle. Oh, damn!
Oh no!
A huge hit by Kyle there. But I didn't think it was that hard. But it seems like it was for Isho.
Yeah, I think it was where the contact happened.
I think it was right as he was transitioning. And that's what caused it. That was a shame for Kyle doing a huge, really good lead run.
Yeah, really just kind of handing over the win to Isho.
Yeah,
Unless the
looks
judges
like
see
he did.
something we didn't, that we don't see.
But next up, we have Yorioki versus Tikon Poleski. 2 fast drivers with the 2 fast cars.
Yep, and we have
Ooh.
Poleski out front in the S14. Iori making a little bit of a mistake there in chase. And getting
Yeah,
up
he
a lot
stays a
of-
little bit too long on the angle.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, applying the
look at
pressure
the-
now, though.
Yeah, look at the shiny wheels from Yorioki though.
Yeah. As they transition back.
Yeah.
So-
Isho also states that he got hit on his wheel, so he literally couldn't save it. Which is a fair and square.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Is where the contact happened was right on his wheel. So
Yeah. Look at Poleski applying the pressure, going a bit wide, both of these drivers on the first turn. Poleski is staying on it.
lead, though. Yep.
Yeah,
There's
nicely
Poleski
by
right
Ori.
there on his door. Oh no! Almost looked like a straight in there from Poleski and the back half of the horseshoe as they transition back around.
Ooh.
Oh no! And he gives him a tap and spins him around, basically
Yeah.
right at the line. Isho's trying to protest, even though he won. What a stand-up!
Well, I guess if you don't feel like you won fair and square, I would have done the same thing as well.
Yeah,
because I don't want that on me. I don't want that on me that I won without it being fair.
Right. And here we
Okay,
are,
so next
Alan
up,
Hines,
we are-
pro IDC driver, and Tyler Nelson,
Pro
who holds
FD driver.
a pro FD license, and both are driving their own cars.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tyler giving him a little tap there in the horseshoe.
Yes.
And they'll finish off the course. Alan really putting down a good, solid lead run. Tyler made a couple of little mistakes here and there. The main one, the transition to come up the hill, he got out to the outside a little bit too early, which sort of messed up his line for to come up the hill.
Alan is running without his neon underglow now.
Oh, I still see it.
I can't. That's
Now
weird.
transition down the hill. Ooh, Tyler really putting on a little bit too much angle too early to come up the hill, which makes him leave that outside zone a bit too early. Yeah, Allen does make the adjustment nice in chase.
Oh, a wide angle
my
from Tyler
goodness,
there.
yeah, going out a little
Maybe
bit
a
too
bit
wide.
too wide.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. He completely missed out on that inside clip there.
Yeah, messed it up for Alan a bit.
Yeah.
And the win goes to Alan Hines, ladies and gentlemen. The Irish Pro Championship driver moves on to Grade 8.
All right, we've got Anthony Serrano up front in the RCF and Lazam giving chase. Yep, this is going to be a quick restart. All right. And through the restart. Lights off from both drivers as they'll throw it in for the entry. Ooh, Anthony washing out just a tad. And Lazam doing a good job in chase to follow that line. As they'll come to the top of the horseshoe. Ooh, Lazam giving him a little bump up front. But Anthony able to hold it together and transition out of the horseshoe and back down the hill. And we'll finish up the run. So a little bit of contact there from Lazam and Chase. Right, they are off. Lazam now leading in the GTR here. Anthony chasing in the RCF. Lazam, good entry there, and there's Anthony right there in tow as they come up the hill. Lazam really leaving that outside zone super early, almost in the middle of it. But does feel the top of the hill pretty nice, and they'll transition back down. Lazam still holding up a pretty decent lead, but Anthony's right there running a really clean chase.
So we would like to see that one more time, please.
There you have it. One more time from Lazam and Anthony. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Anthony, who again will lead first, and then Lazam will give chase. All right, and they are off. Clean through the chicane. No restarts this time.
Yeah, I heard there was a little bit of a wobble in the start.
Yeah, Anthony caught a cone last time. But here's Anthony. Really nice entry there. A lot nicer than the prior run.
Lazam is on his board though.
Putting down a super clean lead run here. Lazam.
Absolutely.
Ooh, not giving a little bit enough room there and causing the transition to be.
Nice chase by Lazam though.
Yeah, he does end up putting it on him pretty good though. Alright, we'll switch things up. Lazam out front now in the GTR. Anthony giving chase in his RCF. As Lazam throws it in. Very, very similar entry there from Lazam.
Absolutely.
Ooh, this just looks like another run. Lazam is a little short on that outside zone there. As they'll transition back down the hill. Anthony's still right there. Will we have another one more time?
That was a great battle.
And there you have it. Anthony is going to get the win. Yep, and we'll move on. Andreas and Jonathan now. But here we go. Andreas out front. As he'll enter in. Jonathan right there in tow. Good, solid entry from Andreas there as he'll transition back. A little bit too far inside there, but making it really clean coming up the hill. Look at Jonathan right there in tow. They'll transition out of the horseshoe. Back down the hill. Jonathan's still there, not giving up any room. Ooh, does make the transition maybe a little bit too early and causing Jonathan to cut the corner there at the end of the track. But we'll switch things up. Jonathan will now lead in his Subaru. Andreas will chase in his S14. Ooh, and Jonathan washing out a little bit, and Andreas hitting him. Giving a little bit of contact, but good job by Jonathan to just keep the run going. Oh, and a little more contact at the top of the hill from Andreas there. So again, the judges will have to dissect this one a little bit. See where they go with this one.
The first contact was sort of ignoring because sort of that whole entry was a bit weird. And then the second contact, we've come to the conclusion that we're going to go with Jonathan being at fault there because Jonathan was coming into the XL, was sort of backing off throttle and was then rolling back onto throttle, but it looked very much like he was about to go off track anyway. Yeah, okay, Andreas is quite quick there, but we don't feel that it was really that reasonable to expect him to have to come back into an XL and then expect him to not be committed. So for that reason, we're just giving the win there to Andreas.
Now we're going to move on to Ericus Jerkis and Fabio Greco.
But I can't actually believe that I waited.
No, you're doing good, Andreas. Moving on along.
Yeah, I do.
Alright, and they are out the gate.
Yeah, so next up we have Fabio Greco and Ericus Jerkis. The French versus the what's that country again? Lithuania. Just give me a second, Craig, and I'll sort it out. You know, a bit of a correction by Fabio there, not getting all the way out there.
Yeah, sacrificing a little bit of angle there through the keyhole as well, and down the hill.
Looked like he was struggling a bit with keeping the car sideways behind Ericus there. A little bit, but all in all, he stayed in proximity. But Ericus did a pretty decent lead run there.
Yeah, for sure. Very solid lead run. Now we'll switch it up, and Fabio will chase. And they are clean through the gate, no restarts.
Ericus is on him already before they initiate.
Yeah, he is. That car is really fast down the hill.
Ooh, maybe a bit too fast though.
I can't tell if there was any contact there, but Ericus certainly washed out wider.
From my point of view, behind the Ericus car, it was definitely contact, but it looked like Fabio managed to hold it pretty nicely.
Yeah. No transition back down the hill. So, and then Ericus really applying the pressure throughout the rest of the run as well, even with the little washout from the first turn. Yep, and they are going to give it to Ericus.
Yeah.
And
next up,
Giro.
and
This is the first battle of top 8. of round
Yeah.
1 VDC.
This is going to be a great battle. Though.
Yeah,
Great
this might.
drivers.
Oh, a little bit of contact on the transition there.
Yeah, there is.
Woo,
Nice.
getting really
Oh,
close. Rubbing him.
Rubbing, yeah. There's going to be some tire marks on that door of Reese right there.
Pontus kind of washing out a little bit coming out of the horseshoe
He
there,
does,
giving
he
up
does.
a little bit of room, but reels him right back in.
Loses some ground in the middle part of the track, but makes up for it in the end. Let's see what they can do when they change it up. Reese is going to chase, and Pontus Jakobsen is going to lead. The S15 versus the SRX7. For you guys who doesn't know, the reason we call it the SRX7 is because it's using an SR20 actually versus Reese's 2JC S15. Oh, Reese does a big mistake in chase there.
Yeah, he sure does.
That's gonna hurt his
Pontus
score a
can
lot.
Finish this run, then that will be all she wrote.
It will be. Let's see what
Ooh, Reese
he can do.
right back on
Reese,
it, though.
yeah, Reese knows
Making
when
it
he got to do it
exciting.
now. He knows.
Give me a
it
little
was-
tap there at the end.
it was all or nothing for Reese right there.
Yeah,
And,
so
Reese
unfortunately
is,
Pontus is gonna get the win there for sure.
Round 2 of VDC Pro Championship 2019. Round 2 is going to be run on Irvindale.
No.
Oh, sorry. The Wall, New Jersey is the second venue of VDC 2019.
Yep, on February 2nd.
You know why I said Irvindale, Craig? Because Irvindale has a wall.
But it's not the wall.
No, it's not. Anyways, guys, next up is Isho in his BMW E36, meeting up with Tikon Poleski in his blue S14. Let's see what these guys can do. Oh, a huge entry by
Tikon's gonna wash out.
It is. It's going to be a little mistake from him in the lead position. Fortunately for him, though, he gained some distance before the entry there.
Yeah, a little bit, but Isho certainly reeling back in from washing out from that entry.
Absolutely. But if Isho was staying on him at the entry there, that could have been a scary one. Isho might have
for sure.
tapped him there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll switch things up. I believe Isho might have advantage there from that washout from Tikon Poleski out front.
He might do because he gained ground really, really quickly there. Let's see as we change it up. Isho is in the lead, and Tikon Poleski is giving chase as we initiate. Isho going really fast there,
and
way
it's gonna
too
go
fast.
Way off, yeah.
Gonna do pretty much the same as Tikon, only worse, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Leaving that outside zone a bit early as well, coming up the hill.
Yeah,
Tikon
going in
really
a huge
applying
angle.
the pressure now, transitioning back. Woo, rubbing that
Absolutely.
back bumper is Tikon.
I think Isho saved the Tikon from losing that battle actually with that mistake in the first corner.
I think so too as well.
Almost back into it.
very similar mistakes, but I do think Isho's was a bit worse. Yep. Tikon
Yeah.
is going to move forward. So Alan Hines and Anthony Serrano is up next. Anthony driving the RCF there, you see. And Alan chasing. Or no, excuse me, Alan leading. Anthony chasing. They are off clean to the chicane.
I'm gonna go against Erica's after this, so I'm gonna go get ready.
Yeah, go ahead. And Alan throwing it in. Good, clean entry. Was almost a little bit too tight there on that first entry, but gets it together. Anthony right there until really putting it on him through the horseshoe there as they'll transition out. Anthony trying to stay there right with him. Oh no, and a big straighten from Anthony there to finish off the run. So we'll switch it up. Anthony now up front. Looking to maybe force an error from Alan. Here they go down the hill. Alan already applying the pressure on the entry here. Really smooth entry from Anthony there is going to make his transition really smooth coming up to the hill. One of the best leads we've seen so far. Super tight through the inside clip there. He knows exactly what he needs to do to try and get a win out of it. But there Alan is finishing up the run, so that's not going to be enough. with Anthony's mistake there and chase, unfortunately. So Andreas and Ericas will be our last battle of Great 8. Andreas will lead first. Ericas and his E30 will chase. And you see Andreas warming the tires of his S14. Here we go. Last battle of the Great 8. Andreas out front in the S14. Ericas in the E30. Ooh, big contact there from Ericas on the entry, and they'll transition up the hill and bring it back together. So good job by Andreas to keep it together. Same with Ericas to just continue on with the run. They'll transition back down the hill. Ericas still applying that pressure and chase. I'm sure the judges will go over that for a few moments. Figure out how they feel about that one. Because it was interesting that even with that big contact that Andreas didn't wash out off the track completely. So take their time with that one. Make sure they're demon fault correctly. And Ericas now out front in the E30. Good smooth entry there, and Andreas cutting the corner. Both of them. Here they come up the hill. Andreas really applying the pressure now and all up on his door. Here they come through the inside clip and out of the horseshoe. Andreas cutting another corner just a tad as well, and they'll transition back around and finish the run.
Split decision, 2-1. The decision we're going with is Andreas takes the win there because, well, two of us basically are going with we're assigning the contact to Ericas, although it didn't cause a 10-0. We feel it's a lot of that's down to sort of it being like the exact right point at the right time for it to not completely balk the run. Andreas doesn't have a perfect follow, but does put on a very impressive lead given the contact. So, yeah, for me it was Andreas just about takes the win there.
Right now we've got Pontus at the number 8 seed and Ticon at the 12th seed. So 8th qualifier versus the 12th qualifier. Yeah. Pontus is going to lead first in the SRX7 and Ticon chasing in the S14.
Anyways, feels that was scary, but
really two different style drivers. Restart for, I'm not really sure what happened. New countdown. Right, and they are off.
Pontus is attention to details there for Pontus.
Right. Oh man, good entry from both there.
Absolutely.
Here they come
Ticon
up the
keeps
hill.
up with this chase. It will be one of the best today because I don't think I've seen anyone that close on entry. And look at Ticon, ladies and gentlemen.
What a battle going on here!
Holy crap! Look at the lead run from Pontus as well, though.
Perfect lead run. So
perfect lead.
A perfect setup for Ticon.
That was beautiful.
Here we go, switching it up. Ticon now out front. Pontus is giving chase in the RX-7.
Teal and blue versus the white and blue.
Oh, swinging into the first turn. Oh, this is still okay though.
Yeah,
Ticon creating a little bit of a gap now. Oh, and here goes Pontus flying in and surging a little bit too hard and hitting Ticon.
I think that fault will be Dean Pontus anyways because Ticon wasn't braking too much there.
No, not at all. He did come off the outside zone maybe a little bit too early, but you could just see that physical surge from Pontus there was just
absolutely
a little bit too much. Yep, and Ticon is going to move on. Round 2 will be February 2nd at New Jersey. And I think we'll have a little bit more drivers too. We had some that didn't quite get their cars finished and submitted for round 1. And some that just, couldn't make it this time. But we did have enough for top 32 and some. So unfortunately, some didn't make it into the top 32 from qualifying. But here we go, second battle of the top 4. Alan Hines up front. Andreas giving chase. S14 versus S14 as they transition to come up the hill. Bit of a gap in between the two. And Andreas certainly trying to reel him in here. Alan looks to be a little bit too fast for Andreas as they transition back and finish the course. A good solid lead from Alan, giving him the advantage here going into the second half of the battle. We'll switch it up and Andreas will now lead in his yellow Kuki S14. Both driving their own in real life cars. Andreas being a Gatville driver, and of course Alan Hines, the rookie in IDC last year who came out swanging. I think he finished top 3 in the whole series. And Andreas is going to fall a little bit short there on his entry. Here's Alan right here on his door. They'll come to the top of the hill. Alan not giving up any room whatsoever. They'll transition out of the horseshoe. Woo! Scrubbing bumpers. Coming back down. And they'll make that last and final transition to finish it out. And I believe Alan is going to take the win. Yep. So we'll have our third place battle, which will be Pontus Jacobson and Andreas Linné. Andreas will lead first, so we'll see him again right now. Real quick like. Alright, and here they are after warming up their tires. Putting some heat to them. And our mimicked Achilles 123s. Everybody is on the same tire compound, just different tire sizes depending on their weight. And here we go, Andreas out front. Oh, and Pontus is going to hit him on the entry. They'll transition to come up the hill. Pontus still in chase there. So they both do a good job to keep the run going. Really nice lead from Andreas now out front. But Pontus is right there in chase as they make that last transition. Pontus kind of cutting the course just a tad there. Pontus really kind of drag racing down the hill here a bit as they enter in. Transitioning up the hill. Look at Andreas reeling him in coming up the hill. Pontus falling a little short, leaving the outside zone a bit early and then not quite making it into the second outside zone. But they'll transition back down the hill. Andreas still right there with him.
It was oh my god, words. It was a mixture of bad timing and bad luck, but we feel it's more excessive deceleration on Andreas's part than Pontus just purely charging. So for that reason, we're giving it to Pontus.
All right, so final
third place.
final battle for our first round of VDC. You got Alan Hines up front leading, and Tikhon Pileski, who qualified 12th going on into the finals. And here we are.
All right, final battle. Final battle of the first round of VDC. These are the two drivers that deserves the final battle the most.
And here they come through horseshoe and transitioning back out. Back down the hill, and Tikhon just applying all types of pressure. Very similar style drivers too that don't pour on just a ton of angle everywhere.
Okay.
All right, and as we switch things up, Tikhon out front in his blue S14 and Alan in chase, both swinging into the first turn.
Holy damn. And I have to say, these are the two drivers that I'm really glad these two guys are in the finals. They deserve it.
Oh, and he's going to drop tire out there. Oh, man, that's going to end the finals.
I think we have a winner of round
Alan
one.
Hines is going to take it.
And to be honest, he's had so many second places last year that he's going to be hopping in his chair now in excitement of taking that. Let's just make it official, and we'll come back to you guys.
Yep, the judges are going to review the replay just to make it official and whatnot.
So there you have it, guys. First place, no other than Alan Hines. Second place, Tikhon Pileski, a rookie in the VDC series. Who knew? He's been a really good driver throughout the whole event today. Third place went to Pontus Jacobson, the crazy Swede as we call him. And there you have our top three. And in the meantime as well, we're gonna bring you updates on drivers, cars. We have done some video promos of some of the drivers, but we are not nearly done yet. So we're gonna post a lot of videos of the cars and the drivers, and we will also post pictures of this event, I guess, and the upcoming to the next event, which will be Wall, New Jersey, and which date it's that, Craig?
February 2nd.
February 2nd. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We have no time left. We have 4 minutes left, Craig, but I think we're gonna end it on this.
That's
and
it.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. My name is Andreas, hanging out here with Craig.
Yep, feel free to join our Discord as well.
Absolutely. Virtual Drift Championship on Discord. You'll find every information you need on the Virtual Drift Championship Facebook page. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. Bye-bye.